Dr. Genevieve Barnaby, Director General, Ayade Care, Health Services in Cross River State. It's a program that's actually unavailable in all of West Africa. But His Excellency brought it to Cross River State.
Please tell us more about your role as the chairman of Aide.
We provide a service that's basically you can only find it outside the country, in Europe, in America, as well as a few areas in Asia. And it is what we call home health. That means we take medical services to the comfort of the patient's home, factory, and office. We remove the inconvenience of having to maybe drive out, get in line, waiting for the nurse and then the doctor, getting a medical card and all that. We get everything done on the spot, including drawing your blood.
Practically bringing what obtains in America down to Nigeria.
That's what His Excellency did.
Thank you so much. We may want to jump briefly to the industrialization stride of the government. Has really kick-started a revolution by the number of industries that he has been able to establish in the state, agro-allied as well as other industries. Can you please throw more light on some of those industries?
Well, let me start by saying, talking about what His Excellency has done. Almost everywhere, all over the world, Africa, Europe, US, anybody that wants to lead any country always have what we call a campaign promise. A campaign promise is what you're going to do to industrialize a country or a city or state. And whether you're a politician or not, there must always be what we call a campaign promise. Now, His Excellency's campaign promise was to industrialize Cross River State. And industrializing Cross River State meant industrializing not only Nigeria, but Africa. And the industries that he was bringing in were what you would call not found anywhere in Africa. That's the beauty of what he did. He brought industries that a lot of us, unless you're actually well-read or well-traveled, would not understand what he was doing. So that's the industry he brought in. I'll start with the garment factory, where you provide a clothing line for schools, for like the fire service, youth corpers. You've got people that have actually become quite famous all over the world from just clothing lines. Karl Lagerfeld, designers and all that. And this is a phenomenal thing that he has done, trying to industrialize Cross River State and have us provide a clothing line from Cross River State for all of the places in Africa. That's one of a kind. Most of the items, even what I have on now, you see made in UK, made in US. We were looking for made in Cross River State or made in the garment factory. Beautiful dream. Then you've got pharmaceuticals. We've got Pfizer and all those places. We wanted to create and manufacture medications from Cross River State. That's a beautiful dream. Now, you've got even the dream to provide a superhighway, a deep sea port. Fantastic dream, because he was looking at transporting raw materials, which is part of industrialization. If you don't have the highways and the ports to move those raw materials, send them in or take them out, you are not industrialized. So he was trying to create a way out and a way in. So that's a beautiful idea. Most of the seaports now are congested everywhere. He was trying to open up one. And you can imagine what we would have had maybe from France through Cameroon, from France, all the industrialized companies coming in, bringing things through Cross River State into Nigeria. Beautiful dream. But we've got issues. A lot of us are still not well I don't want to insult anybody, traveled or learned enough to realize that this is a fantastic dream and allow it to happen. We are so used to short-term short-term industrialization,
projects.
Economy, increasing salaries, fixing potholes, and those ones are domestic issues. His Excellency was thinking international, Africa, the whole world. That's the dream that he had. Fantastic.
Little or no awareness as concerned the industries. What do you think needs to be done in order to create the adequate awareness so that the people of the states as well as the country can also key into this dream?
Made appointees. Most of the appointees were youths, younger ones, in their 30s, 40s. We consider them as youth. And he brought a lot of well-traveled appointees, people that knew what entails in other countries in the world. And these were the people that were supposed to carry this dream and drive it all over the city, the country. Because we have people here that don't understand what it means to have a superhighway. Absolutely don't have any idea what a garment factory is or what's the need for a garment factory. So that's what the youths who are living in the modern era understand what those things are all about. So they are the ones that should actually carry these dreams out and make them a reality and make people understand what it's all about.
You are a professional in your field.
Yes.
Well schooled and well traveled.
Yes.
Funny enough, unlike other Nigerians, you decided to come back to your own roots and then give out to your own, contribute to the development of your people. What would you advise people that like you who are outside there, who are here also, who may also have one or two things to contribute?
Come home. Home is where your heart is. You cannot go out of the country regardless of where you were born. If your roots is in Africa, you have the African blood, you belong here. You cannot go out and industrialize somebody else's country and then leave yours behind. That's why Africa, Nigeria especially, is the way it is now, because as soon as they get the education, they leave. And then they go out there and make the other places better while they abandon this one. We are in this fight together. You go there, you make things well for yourself, come back and invest here. And that's one of the things I loved about His Excellency. His Excellency was, every time you check, even the last budget I was just read a few days ago, he's always talking about foreign investors, foreign policy. He's trying to bring everybody to come back and invest here. Even the budget has 30% foreign policy on there. He's trying to have a cargo airport. All those things to bring investors. Even when we do Carnival, he's bringing foreigners in to invest in that program. So we all need to come back home. No one's going to fix it for you and then you just come in and it looks like the United States. You're going to come work for it. After all, even the US used slaves to fix theirs.
Incidentally, are the greatest beneficiary of this government, not just in terms of appointment, but in terms of the spread of employment in the industries and all that. But incidentally, they are the ones who are even agitating more. I reminisced recently the NSAS protest and how they got arrested and things happened in Constituency. It's a sad reminder. What advice do you have for the youth concerning the policies and programs of the government?
It's a very sensitive situation right now, so I need to be a bit careful. But I can't see, I have 5 children, and I cannot see my children, if they don't like how I run things in my house, ganging up to whoop me in the house. At the end of the day, I provide the food, it's my house. I'm sending you to school, I'm doing all the things I can do for you, and then you don't like how I govern the house as a mother, as a father, and then you all gang up on me. It's not right. The NSAS protest was about police brutality, but it deviated from that. We've got All Blacks Lives Matter. We protest on the streets, but you don't now go in. What's happened now is that It's no longer about what you have done now is even worse than the police brutality, because we've had vandalism, looting, burning, killing. So whatever you wanted put in place is gone. Because you've done worse. You've bruised a lot of them. Even the poor have suffered from what you were complaining about. So my advice to the youths, I mean, if you're learned enough, you're modern enough, you know that you can write proposals, you can write policies, you can protest peacefully, you can do things to make the government change. I've seen where people go on strike. If you have youths working and you decide, okay, we're all not working today until you improve this, it will work. But if you take to the streets and loot and vandalize, no one's going to pay you any attention. They see you as the new name that they've given them, hoodlums. It won't work. You need to also be patient. They didn't have patience. There's no patience. They need to learn. The youths nowadays don't know how to be patient. And you can't, it's like telling me, Mom, I want food in the house, but I want it now. I won't get up, I won't move. So you work things out. Dialogue is very, very excellent. They could have had a team put together, a committee put together, and then go and visit maybe the Senate, visit His Excellency, the President, and get things worked out. Use social media the right way. But it's because it got out of hand. So I don't even call it an NSAS protest anymore. It's no longer an NSAS protest. It wasn't anymore. That ended a week after it started. Because other children, youths, took advantage of that protest. And so even the person that started the process of protesting didn't do it the right way, because he could have done a lot of advocacy and writing and then getting things done. It's a much better way than children walking down the street and breaking things. That's throwing a tantrum.
Thank you, Doctor, so much. One last question, man. Let's not take too much of your time. We usually have problems of continuity when it comes to government policies. As lofty as this industrialization policy of the government is, I want you to maybe give an advice or two in terms of the next incoming governor, what it needs to do.
You have one leader coming, start a policy, start something, start a program, and then 8 years he leaves, and then the next leader comes and doesn't want to continue where the other ones start. In developed countries, you can't have that. I use the Barack Obama health services as an example. We call it Obamacare. For Donald Trump to remove Obamacare, he had to go through the Senate to get it removed. Now, he didn't just come in and say, I'm going to do Trump care. He can say all he wants to say about Obamacare, but it's not moving. You must continue where it started. So that's what policy we need to have in place, that any leader coming in, whatever the past one had done that's benefiting the nation or the state, continue from there. You can add your own, but the other one's in place. Continue from there and get it finished. We've got TINAPA. TINAPA started, and then we have closed doors. And then another governor comes in, and then we have other things being opened, but TINAPA is there. So there must be a policy in place. Wherever the government stops, when you come, you pick it up from there and continue.